Hello, welcome to another episode of Wild About Nature. My name's Matt. Today I'm coming to you from beautiful Reno, Nevada, at a place called the Truckee Meadows Parks Foundation Rosewood Nature Study Area. This used to be a county-run golf course. After they put a highway through, it became the Parks Foundation acquired this, and it became a study area where they have been trying to bring it back to its natural habitat. Today we're going to talk about some very interesting things, and we're going to talk about something that everybody, every single living organism on this earth needs, and it's all around us. So stick around. So did you figure out what that one thing is that every organism, every animal on this planet needs, and it's all around you? If you guessed water, you're right. We need water. Our bodies are made up of 70% water. So water is a very important thing for us. Also, all living animals and organisms need water. And not just animals, plants need water too. So what can we think of that live in and around water? Well, in water, we obviously have fish. Well, we also have things called muskrats. We have marmots. You might see a beaver or two. Snakes live around water. There's frogs. There's toads. Birds, and plants like these. Now, there's also microorganisms, also known as macroorganisms. Now, what these are is these are little organisms that actually live in the water. Now, even they need water. That's where they hatch when they're born, and they live there for a few years before they become adults and emerge from the water. Water, like I said, is a very important part of this planet. And there's a whole water cycle that comes into play. Now, as that starts out, it starts out as water like this, right here. As the sun comes out, the sun evaporates the water up into the sky. That becomes water vapor. That eventually condenses and becomes clouds. Now the water inside the clouds continues to condense until it gets too heavy to stay up there, and it falls to the earth as rain. Now when rain comes down, plants and other animals absorb that water, and it runs back into rivers like this and starts all over again. So let's go check out what's around here and see if we can find some animals and plants that live here and depend on this water. As I said before, plants need water, just like we do. These guys right here need water. Now they soak up the water with their roots. Comes up, and through what's called capillary action, it moves up the stem and into the leaves. With that also comes sugars and some other things. With the leaves, they pull in carbon dioxide of what we breathe out, and they release oxygen, what we breathe in. So plants are very healthy, very handy for us, very helpful. But they're not the only things that depend on water. Let's see if we can find anything else that does. So I found some more animals that depend on water. Can you tell what they are? If you guessed Canada geese, you're right. Now geese, just like ducks, live their entire life near water. They need water to survive. They mate on water. Their eggs are laid near water. And when their babies hatch, they're led straight to water. The reason for this is because water is the safest place for them. It also is where they get a lot of their food. Now, if you notice that they are, right now they're on land. Well, yeah, they're eating seeds and other things that are on land, but they do live most of the time in water. So we were going to talk about something else called macroinvertebrates. Now those live in the water. So let's go take a look at those macroinvertebrates and see what we can find. So one of the things that lives in water are macroinvertebrates. As you can see, I have a net here. Well, macroinvertebrates live in the water. They live under the dirt, rocks, other things like that. Best way to get them is take a net and kind of jab it around. We're going to find what's in there. Now, not only do these invertebrates live in here, they also are a good indication of the health of the stream or river that you're checking. Now, there's going to be different invertebrates that are in here that can tolerate different levels of pollution. We see certain critters in here. It can tell us if it's highly polluted, just a little bit polluted, or very clean. Now, with that, there are some tails that can tell you if a stream is polluted. There are carp in here. Carp are an animal that eats dead vegetation. They're kind of like catfish, but they also are an indication of the health of the river. Now, carp usually don't live in really healthy areas. They live in kind of murky, nasty areas. So we're going to take a look and see what kind of macroinvertebrates we can find in here. So the best way to do this usually is with waders while you're in the water. But because I don't have any, I have to stand here. I have a very long pole, so I can reach down in here. Let's see what we can find. Okay, we have a little macroinvertebrate right here. This is what's known as a water boatman or a water beetle. These guys are found most everywhere, wherever there is water. Look what I found. One of the most important organisms that need water, human beings. And as I said at the beginning of this video, we are 70% water, so we really need water. Let's talk to Sadie here and see how she uses water.
Hi guys, so yeah, my name is Sadie, and like he said, I am a person, and I need water. Lots and lots of water. Not only do I like to drink water to keep myself hydrated, so that while I'm sweating out here working, I keep replacing all the water that I'm losing, I also need water to cook my food, and I need water to clean, and I need water to do lots of other stuff, like drive my car. You might not think about it, but stuff like gas you need water to make. And I also need water to water my food that I'm going to eat later on, like my crops.
All right. Some people may ask, hey Matt, is water really that important? I think it is. But let's talk to Sadie. Do you think water's really that important?
I think water is so important. There's not much more important than water than probably oxygen. Water is used not just by us, but everything around us to survive. And if you think about it, if there's no water to grow our food, or no water to keep ourselves clean, then we would be a lot worse off. We'd be a lot dirtier, and we'd be a lot hungrier. So water, we rely on very heavily.
Okay. One other thing they might ask is here in Nevada, and we're close to California, and everybody knows about the drought, and it's really hot. Let's ask Matt, how would you conserve water? Well, let's ask Sadie. How is a great way to conserve water?
That's a really good question, Matt. One of my favorite pieces of advice is while you're taking your shower, getting ready for work or school in the morning, and you're putting your shampoo or conditioner in, turn the water off while you're actually putting it in till it gets all nice and sudsy, and then turn it back on. You don't need it while you're putting your product in. Also, it's a good idea to see if you can get a dishwasher instead of doing your dishes by hand, and making sure you're taking your car to a car wash instead of using your hose in your driveway. And using these small little tips and tricks not only help you save water, but they'll help you save money too.
Well, that is a lot of good information. Remember, if you're out hiking in the Sierra Nevadas or maybe up in the mountains in Northern California, remember, always bring water with you, because you can run out of water really fast, a lot quicker than you think. So until next time, stay wild.